This video tutorial focuses on 3 main steps to create a portrait, and this video was created by myself, Diana Franco Morales. The next thing I would like to introduce is the following list of materials needed in order to create this portrait drawing. And next, I would like to talk about the 3 vocabulary words you need to understand, which is contour line, shape, and shading. And in the following, we will look at step number 1, which is how to draw a graph over the photograph. The first thing you need to do is make a frame around the photograph, which will help you divide the photograph into a grid. Once you start drawing the grid, I would like you to divide the photograph by 1-inch squares. You do this to the width and you do that to the length. And you do that on each side of the frame. Once you have accomplished that, you will begin to connect each line. That way, it'll help you run lines vertically and horizontally. So this is what we are doing now. In the next step, step number 2, we will draw a graph on the actual drawing paper. So the same thing we did with the photograph, we will do on this paper. Except now the only difference is that instead of having 1-inch squares, we will turn this into squares that are 1.5 inches. And this will help us create a larger scale image. So just like you did with the photograph, create lines that run vertically and horizontally. In the next step, step number 3, we will start the drawing. Now, to start off the drawing, I look at the photograph and I try to look for the most easiest thing to draw, which is you pay attention to the contour line, the line that stands out the most, and you figure out what it's closer to in regards to the X and Y axis. As you start to pay attention, it will help you develop the drawing because you will start to look at the coordinations that guide you. For example, you may be looking at a line that is close to the X coordinate 3 and the Y coordinate 4. So when they intersect, it is 3, 4. And as you continue to look at these coordinates, it will help guide you. Besides looking at the contour line, also start to pay attention to the shapes that are clearly visible, such as this mustache. And I start to place it based on the coordination. As I move along, I like to pay attention to what other lines are close to which square. And I see the drawing as a map and not think about it too much as a drawing. So it helps me think in a more creative way, which helps me reach my goal. For example, now I am paying attention to another big shape. As I continue to draw, I see more big shapes, which is the shape that is close around his neck that illustrates the beard. And as I am drawing the beard, I am starting to express it in a way that is like shading. So instead of using harsh lines like the contour line, I use small little lines to express his facial hair. As I continue my drawing, I pay attention to the shape that is the eyebrow, and then the shape that helps define the eyes, as well as the nostrils. Then I continue to pay attention to the contour line for the lip. And as I'm finishing off, I continue to focus on those elements, and you just continue your drawing until you're done. The end.